I've been traveling ever since I was a kid, but I've been traveling hardcore for like the last 10 to 12 years, ever since I got my US passport. And the one question I always get from people is, how do I afford to travel so much? Well, it's actually very simple. If you do a few things, you could actually take a lot of trips, like I do. Normally, within a year, I've taken as much as 3 to 4 vacations. Typically, it's about 2 trips a year, but I've straight went on 4 or 5 trips in 1 year. And I'm not a wealthy guy. I work in filmmaking. I'm an artist. So there's not a ton of money in that, as anyone would tell you that's in that business. And I'm able to afford to travel so much because there's a few things I do that if a lot of people did it, especially backpackers, they know what I'm talking about, they'd be able to travel more. And one of the ways is the places I choose to stay when I visit different countries. I stay in places that are smaller, family-owned type hotels or hostels or guest houses. Like for example, I'm in Puerto Vallarta right now, and I'm staying at a hotel in this economic hotel zone that only costs roughly $23, $24. It's 450 pesos. Previously, I stayed across the street at the Hotel Annalise. I don't know if you can see it. And that one cost 20 bucks with a balcony. And as you can see, the room I'm on now, it has a balcony. I'm only a few blocks away from the beach. I'm a few blocks away from the Malecón, and like pretty much everything Puerto Vallarta has to offer. The bus station is a few blocks away, and actually buses run up and down this entire block. So you pretty much can get anywhere you want. Taxis are abundant. And we also have stayed at another hotel down the block, Hotel Azteca. But basically, you can't go wrong with any of these places. And that's a way, when I travel, that I save a lot of money with my budget. It affords me to travel longer, stay places longer. Like right now, I've already been in Puerto Vallarta for 2 weeks. Last time we were here for a month. And if you were to stay in the resort zone, you're dropping like $150, $200, $250 a night. I do not travel like that. I just can't justify staying in a room that costs $75, $100 and up. And I know to people that sounds crazy, but whenever I've traveled, even in Canada or the US, I always stay at hostels, I always stay at guest house. Airbnb will have really good deals a lot of times on rooms like this, or I stay at family-run places. If it's over 60 bucks, forget it. I mean, that'll totally eat into your budget, and you won't be able to stay as long. And honestly, what do you need from a room other than for it to be clean, affordable, for it to offer Wi-Fi, soap, shampoo, linens? And places like this, they're very clean. This ain't like a 4 or 5 star place, but I'm just here to sleep. I'm not here to spend my entire time in the room. The one thing about the street is like really noisy. I mean, you don't really notice that until you start trying to record a video and do audio. Anyhow, so let me just show you what you basically get for $25. Like I said, this is the balcony of the hotel. And this is a Hotel Cartagena. Forgot to mention that. This entire block is filled with hotels. Get another street view. And there's a lot of affordable small taco shops, taco stands, small family restaurants all on the street in this entire area actually, where you can eat for like $7, $8, $5. It depends what you get. So basically you're dropping like 30 bucks a day if you stay at one of these places and you eat local, you take a local transportation, and that's how I afford to take 2, 3, 4 trips a year. If I was to be staying in one of those more expensive places, one of those swanky hotels or resorts, my budget would be eaten up instantly. So let me just show you what you basically get for $25. So let's go in here. This is the room. So basically, it's like any hotel room. It's clean, spacious. I mean, it's huge. You know, you get a TV. Pardon my bed. You know, it's not made up because we have been here for a week already, and I didn't feel like cleaning up just to make this video. Anyway, it's not about like my stuff everywhere. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what the room looks like, what you get for $25, 24 bucks. You get 2 beds, you get the balcony. Like I said, you get a TV. It's pretty spacious. Nightstand. And over here, you get the bathroom, your shower. 24 bucks. What more do you need? And they clean the rooms every day if you want. They give you clean linens. They have every cable channel imaginable, all for like $24. It's in Spanish, but they do offer that. And like I said, it's close to everything. You can't beat this deal. But for sure, if you want to save money when you travel, you got to stay at places like this. These cheaper Mexican family-run hotels, guest houses, and hostels are always the best bargain. And you know, you get to meet a lot of cool people too, especially in the hostels. I've met like some of the coolest people while traveling, staying in hostels. So anyhow, for those of you that don't know, I'm highly recommending you give places like this a chance, and you know, extend your trip by like a week or 2 or a month. Don't be scared of places like this. And again, I'm not talking like this is a 4 or 5 star thing. And if you're a super picky or finicky person, you probably wouldn't like this place anyway. And you probably wouldn't be watching my videos anyway or trying to get recommendations on cheaper places. This is for people that like to travel, like to stay local places amongst the communities where they visit, and not for snobby people that just want to be at Americanized type places around a bunch of foreigners from the country you come from. I mean, if that's for you, this video is not for you. This is for folks that want to actually visit Mexico or Nicaragua or Costa Rica and stay amongst the people in the country they're visiting. The way I travel, I always find alternate means of transportation. I usually take the bus. You could save a lot of money taking local buses and long distance buses, especially in countries like Mexico or the rest of Central America, Latin America, period. Now we're about to take a double-decker bus from Mazatlan to Puerto Vallarta. We've never been on one of these. The tray has 2 levels. That's a huge fucking bus. We're gonna be at the top, so it's pretty cool. All right, let's see what this ride is like. This bus is pretty pimp. Here's the restrooms. More seating area. Anyway, this is cool. So it's their first time on the double-decker tap bus to Puerto Vallarta. Look at all this leg room. Traveling comfort. Imagine if airplanes had this much leg room. And you have to pay first class. Okay, then we got our snack bag, water. The infamous sandwich again. It was pretty good last time actually. Our chocolate chip cookies. And some more headphones. Cool. Now let's get to Puerto Vallarta. This type of travel though isn't for everyone, and a lot of people wouldn't be cut out for it. Another thing you could do to save a lot of money is eat at the local spots, which in my opinion, you can find some of the best restaurants in any country by eating where the locals eat, trying out those cheap food stands, those hole-in-the-wall restaurants. Those are the places that give you an actual glimpse and view and actual taste and flavor of what the country has to offer over some swanky restaurant that's marketed towards foreigners. I'm at my favorite taco spot in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, which is Tacos Los Chiles. This place makes some really good tacos. Mazatlan has a lot of great taco spots, but this is one of my favorites. Look at that meaty goodness. Got a quesadilla, cheesy, greasy, delicious heaven. Then you got all your condiments. My wife got some al pastor and asada. Taqueria Los Chiles. That's really good. Asada quesadilla. So one of the ways you can save money when traveling, which I've been doing for years now, is you wash your own clothes. I mean, I don't always do this, but whenever like they have a washing board at the hostel or hotel, I definitely take advantage of it. All you gotta do is buy some zote. This thing can like take stains and wash the dirt out of anything. And you know, you just do it as Nika style. I've been doing this since I was a kid, actually, back when I lived in Nicaragua, and I would help my grandma. So you know, I know how to get down with the washing board and then just all this soap, and you know, just doing it by hand. So that's a good way to save money when you travel. I know it's not for everyone, but it does save you a lot of money. Put your back into it. Nika style. That's how you wash clothes. This is how I normally travel. I always pack light. Just a simple backpack with my stuff and a camera bag with all my electronic gizmos. I've been traveling like this for over 10 years. Simple. So this is the money belt I use when I travel. As you can see, it's just a regular looking belt. It's like one of those old belts that taggers and cholos used to use back when I was in high school. I don't know, maybe they still do. As you see, it has a zipper. And you know, it doesn't look like a money belt like some money belts do. It just looks like a regular belt. So that's cool. And you unzip it. And in here you can stash your money. Right now I have some pesos in there. And this thing fits a lot actually. Got some US dollars in here. And basically, you know, you can fit them in different sections. So you could fit like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars in here if you have small enough bills or you're crafty enough. But it goes all the way here. And so it's a good way, you know, when you're traveling with large amounts of money and you don't want people to, you know what you have or be carrying around that much money like in your wallet or whatever, money clip. You can get this money belt and I highly recommend it. I mean, they have variations of it online. Anyhow, this is what I rock and it works perfectly. But anyhow, that's how I do afford to travel as much and as long as I do. It's not for everyone. If you're the type of person that likes to fly everywhere, you love staying at 4 or 5 star hotels, or your hotels have to be 75 to 100 a night, you have to eat at Americanized type restaurants when you travel, or you take a taxi everywhere you go, you're not going to be able to afford to travel the way I do. I'm able to afford to travel so much because there's a few things I do that if a lot of people did it, especially backpackers, they know what I'm talking about, they'd be able to travel more. All right, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So, cool.